YouTube, Down to Bricks here. Crikey, I am excited to bring this video to you guys. This is an overview video of all the Rogue One model sets. And holy dooly, I just cannot contain myself from saying how awesome do they look. I mean, these are just fantastic. So just quickly to go through what we've got here, starting on the left, we have the AT-ST Walker, we have the Rebel U-Wing Fighter, Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, the Assault Hover Tank, and we also have the TIE Striker. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with all the details of piece counts and minifigs and prices, but if you want to see all that, check out my reviews. I've got all that information. We got close-ups of the minifigs, all the play features, the ins and outs of all the sets, and of course you're gonna see comparisons as well. I was really excited to do those comparisons because I really looked at comparing Rogue One to The Force Awakens. So if you want to see all that, check out my reviews. Throughout this video I will put cards up linking to all those reviews, so please go and check those out. But of course this is an overview video, so really it's just to talk about what I really liked about this whole wave. We will go in and have a quick close look at each of these builds, but first I want to talk about value. So what I'm going to talk about is the price per piece, and as I did in the reviews, I'm going to look at the price per piece in US dollars. If I did it in Australian dollars, you guys would have a heart attack, so let's stick with the US, and we're going to go from cheapest, so best value, to most expensive price per piece. So starting with the cheapest is the Imperial Assault Hover Tank. So that comes in at a very sweet just under 8 cents per piece. So very good value with the hover tank. Next we have the AT-ST. That's 9 cents a piece. Great value again. And how's this? We jump up to the biggest set out of all of these, and it's Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, and that's just a little over 10 cents a piece, 6 minifigs. I think that's still very good value. And then we go to the Rebel U-Wing Fighter. That's at 12 cents a piece. We do get 5 minifigs there. And Lego only knows why the TIE Striker would be the most expensive at just under 13 cents a piece. If you balance that out over all 5 sets, I still think you're getting pretty good value for money. Of course, if you can pick these sets up for less than retail, I actually think they become very good value. In Australian dollars, and this will shock a few of you, but I did pick up all 5 of these sets for a smidge over $400. Now in Australian dollars, to get 5 sets, and 5 pretty big sets at that, that's actually not too bad, and I have to say I was pretty happy with that myself. And one more quick thing to have a chat about before we zoom in is the play value. So how do we go with the playability of these sets? And again, I think they knock it out of the park. We have 2 ground vehicles, we've got 3 ships. I just think you're gonna have a stack of fun with these if you want to play with them. Of course, it's a little bit one-sided. We only get 1 Rebel craft, but I guess it's probably more realistic to how it is in the movies. The Rebels are always against it, but with this U-Wing, you will carve a path of destruction. But that's enough beating around the bush. Let's go in for a quick close-up. And where do we start? We have to start with the AT-ST. How cool does he look? That is one sweet build. Down to the minifigs. Over to the U-Wing, the Rebel U-Wing, all their minifigs. I think that one's very cool. And the biggest set Krennic's shuttle. It's very cool, isn't it? Let's come back for one. Look at it. Follow those long wings down to the minifigs. It's getting a little bit closer here to those Death Troopers. The Assault Hover Tank. Those pilots, they're pretty sweet. The Striker minifigs. And the Striker. The TIE Striker. Very cool. Well, now it's come to that time of the overview to talk about what I like and what I didn't like. And that's going to be very simple for me because there wasn't much I didn't like at all. There was only one little thing, and that was to do with the minifigures, and I'll actually talk about that when I talk about the minifigs for these sets. But I guess the thing I really loved about these sets is the unique builds that we got. I just think that they're all new and they all look great, all but the AT-ST. And it's been a long time since we've got an AT-ST Walker, and it's a favourite for so many people. So it was just awesome to get a new release of the AT-ST. So is that going to lead me into what is my favourite? Well, look, I can't make up my mind myself, so I'm going to take a little bit more time and we're going to talk about the minifigs. And again, LEGO has hit the minifigs for 6 because they are simply outstanding. The Rebels are very, very nice at printing. They've just done a great job. To pick my favourite out of the Rebels is very hard. Jyn Erso with all her accessories is very cool. Chirrut Îmwe is one very cool dude. He just looks awesome. And I'm also a big fan of the U-Wing pilot. But as with a lot of Star Wars minifigs, the favourites are quite often the bad guys. And LEGO have done an outstanding job with the troopers. I've always been a big fan of the TIE pilots, and the Striker pilot is a very sweet minifig. But I just have to say the troopers, the tank pilots, the Shore Trooper, very nice. And that's what I'm going to say about the only negative thing. I think it would have been great to get another Shore Trooper. He's just a brilliant looking minifigure in that colour scheme. He's just fantastic. And with the expensive price per piece on that set, to get one more minifig, I just think it would have done that set a little bit more justice. And I mean, I just love that minifig. I want more. But my number one minifig has to go to the Death Troopers. Those guys are just outstanding. Very, very excited for the battle packs we get next year, because we're going to get more Death Troopers. In that pack, it's saying at the moment 2 Stormtroopers. I'd just love to get more Shore Troopers, so let's keep our fingers crossed for that. But the Death Troopers, they are sweet. Well, okay, I don't think I can get any more excited, so it's time now to make a very difficult decision and pick what my favourite is. I could quite easily go the AT-ST Walker. It really has a place in my heart from all those many moons ago that we saw these guys in action for the very first time. I'm just very excited that they've brought them back in the Rogue One, and that set is just right up there. It is just so difficult because I love all of these. If I rule a couple out, I guess that's going to probably make it a little bit easier. The Hover Tank, I do think it's very cool. I just don't think it matches up to some of these other crafts. The Striker, very sleek, very menacing, looks fantastic. So what am I gonna pick? Oh my god. This is just too difficult. I'm gonna go with a tie because I can't choose Krennic's Imperial Shuttle or, surprise, surprise, the U-Wing. Both of those crafts, very unique. That's just what got me with the U-Wing. It's something completely different. I think it looks fantastic. The colour scheme, Krennic's shuttle, I mean that goes along the lines with a lot of other Imperial shuttles. The design of the centre hull in the black brick, Lego have done a great job. And out of all of that, I am just one happy Lego fan. But of course, that's just my opinion. Everyone's gonna like something different. So I really want to hear what you guys like. Now that you've seen these all laid out like this, what's your pick? What have you already got? What are you looking at getting? And what is your favourite minifigs? Please let me know in the comments. I'd really love to hear from you. I really hope you enjoyed this overview video as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. If you want to see more Star Wars, hit that subscribe button because I've got stacks of Star Wars for you guys. You can also follow me on Instagram at DownUnderBricks. But a big thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.